You know, when it comes to buying or selling a property, whether it's residential or it's commercial, there's one word that has the power to rattle a lot of people's nerves, and that word is inspection. How would you like to go into an inspection with peace of mind? Now, in case you're thinking that's not possible, well, you're about to hear why it is. With us this afternoon is Robert Axel. He is the general manager with Amerispec, Delaware. Thank you so much for joining us. You told me you were a fist bump man. I'm glad you're here. So give me an overview of what it is you do.
So it's very important to make sure that you're looking at all the important aspects of the house. So the roof, the foundation or crawl space if there will, then you have your electrical, your plumbing, all the major things are important to make sure that you're looking at, because after all, a home purchase is usually the largest purchase most of us makes in our lifetime.
Right.
So we believe we're in a noble profession, and it's important to safeguard people for when they make their largest purchase, and that's really what this is all about for us, is giving people education so they can make an educated decision and let the clients and their agents decide about how they want to move forward after that information is given.
Right. Now, you do residential and business?
We do, absolutely, yes. We've
Okay.
done lots of commercial inspections, and residential, of course, is much more what we do.
Okay, so let me, and I'm going to ask you from a residential standpoint simply because I've got a house. I don't own a commercial building, but you do that as well. What do you hear back from the people that you work with, that you talk to?
Well, most of them are very thankful.
Yeah.
95 or 96 out of 100 people give us 9 or 10 stars because we can't all be experts at everything. You
Right.
take your car to mechanic, you go to the doctor when you've got an ailment. So this is our profession. We've been doing it since 1995. We've done over 48,000 home inspections. We can all agree there's no substitute for experience. Most of the time they're thankful. Every now and again, since we are human beings, there's 1 out of 100 people pretty much that aren't happy with our services, and typically that comes with unrealistic expectations, but it's very important that we make sure that we give the house a voice and we give the people what they need as far as education.
So what are people's biggest concerns?
Well, typically the roof and the crawl or foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the biggest concerns that we usually have, because that's where most of your money can possibly be spent. Mold is a big deal nowadays,
yeah, right.
And of course WDI, wood destroying insects.
Okay.
So
okay.
termites are a big deal.
You said you brought some pictures.
We did bring a few pictures with us just to give a couple examples of.
What is this?
So we do new construction inspections. A lot
Right.
of times people say, "Why do I need a new construction inspection?" Well, fact of the matter is, the builders have their own thought process. The code inspectors have their own thought process. Sometimes you need that third-party independent inspector out there to make sure that you're covering all the bases.
Now, I'm going to guess here, this is a floor joist under a house.
Yes, it is, and that is a column that is not secured to that floor
It's supposed
joist.
to be holding.
So that should be
I see
bolted
what you're
in there. That's very important to make sure that it's secured in place. And if you go to the next picture, you'll see the bottom of that column is also not secured in place. There should be a footer down there, and
It's just sitting on the ground.
It should be bolted in. So, you might think it's no big deal the way the house will hold it. Well, what happens when the house shifts, or there's an earthquake, or there's some other kind of
that can happen.
event? Well, life happens,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So it's important. These are a couple of things that we look at. If you go to the next picture, I'll just share that. This is
what is this?
This is a picture of shingles cut off and shoved in the downspout. This was an $800,000 house in a prominent community by a reputable builder, and
Which you would not expect to find for a nice house done by a reputable builder.
Exactly. So that's, no one's perfect, folks. And we actually have a great relationship with a lot of the builders here. We're all on the same team. It's really about making sure that they've got as much information as they can. The builders want to deliver a great product to their clients.
Right.
And so we've actually got some builders that have reached out to us and say, hey, can you come in and make sure that everything's being done right? Who's getting up on their roof? Most people are not going to get up on their roof, and they won't find out till 5 years later. Those cut off shingles in that downspout, no one's going to know about that right away. 5 years later, when you got a leak in your roof and you don't know why all the water's pulling up there, that's when you find out. So we're trying to help people be proactive and see what the issues are before it's too late.
Do you have any kind of a regular inspection thing that you can do for us? Can we have you come back once a year?
So that's a great question, Jimmy, and yes, we absolutely go out and do what's called an annual property review. Our sister company is Home Solutions Property Services. We come out, and the great thing about an annual property review is the homeowner's been in their home for a year or longer, and they can tell us what their concerns are. In a real estate transaction, we have to be neutral. We can't exaggerate, we can't sugarcoat, we can't give opinions, we just give the facts, let the agents and the clients decide. With the annual property reviews, we can actually come out and spend a little bit more time with you, talk about your concerns, be personable, give opinions, give pricing ranges for repairs. And
Right.
I'm just going to give you one example of why it's important to have an annual property review. If you've got a sagging gutter on your property and it's noticed right away, you can fix it for a couple $100.
Right.
If not, it starts pulling away from the flashing, you get the wood exposed, you get wood rot, you get mold, and then it's thousands of dollars to
You got more
repair.
problems.
And that's just one example of hundreds of things that it's important to be proactive with maintaining your home. Again, this is your largest investment.
Right.
So be proactive with
Robert,
your
I
thought
got to
process.
ask you about something here. You've got a monster
Monster-free
free
guarantee. Yeah, the monster-free guarantee. So listen, maybe the most important thing you need to know about us is we care.
Right.
And we listen to feedback from agents and clients, and a lot of times people will have children or even pets
Right.
where it's a new transition, it's a new home, they're concerned, and so we will give them the monster-free guarantee that we've looked under the bed, we've looked behind the curtains, we've looked in the closets, and we'll sign this off, and you can give it to your children to let them know that we have been there and we certified that it's a monster-free and it's safe to live there.
It's
okay for
documented.
you.
It's
Yes.
done. It's good.
Yes, indeed.
Robert Axel with
It's
Amerispec,
my great
Delaware.
pleasure.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Jimmy.
talking to
I
us.
appreciate
That's
you.
some
Thank you.
good stuff for you to know.